Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we are back again with another fun topic video here. And this was actually voted on by you guys in my community post. So again, make sure you periodically check my community posts because I'm always throwing up polls asking for your opinions, what videos you want to see next, all that good stuff. And so the one topic that was voted on the most was, what are your strongest magical abilities? Which ones do you possess? Use this as a jumping off point to do more deeper intuitive journey, research into what resonates the most with you. Use this as a jumping point for there to get ideas and, see what resonates. That's the whole point of this. Again, if you're feeling called to pick more than one pile, then please do feel free to go and do that. And if only one card in a pile seems to click, seems to make sense with you, that is perfectly okay. That is the point of this. Again, use this to connect to your own intuition even more and do your own research outside of this video, but use this as a way to start off that journey or add on to it, or just if you want something fun, just to see what comes up. I do that all the time too. So we have 8 piles here today, so quite a few, but these should go by fairly quickly, I think, because we're just focusing on some oracle cards. And we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, pile 5, pile 6, pile 7, and pile 8. So go ahead and take this time now to meditate, pause this video, focus on the cards, use whatever other divinatory means you need to use to pick what pile you want, and we're going to go ahead and jump into this. All right, for those who picked pile 1 here, we're going to go ahead and see what your magical abilities are. So first off, we have the Cauldron with Bewitching Yes It Be. Blink and you shall see a bubbling desire left in the brewing rain. We also have Frog with Creativity. We have Imbolc with Awakening. We have Harvest with, as the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive all. And lastly, we also have Psychic Journaling. So we'll go ahead and we'll get into all these cards. So we're going to start by talking about the Cauldron card here, card 10. So the key words here are transmutation, vessel, and metamorphosis. So already I'm getting the vibe that your guys' magical ability has a lot to do with creativity. It has to do with what you create, what you bring into manifestation in the sense of like a physical thing. So a lot of you might connect with your magical ability through something like a literal cauldron, brewing up a potion, or it could be something more like through your writing, through like any kind of creative outlet where you are, taking a mental image and bringing it out into the physical world somehow. So again, you're that keyword of transmutation, I feel like, is very important for you guys, and also metamorphosis, because you got the frog here and awakening. So also I feel like you guys are very early in this journey of your abilities, or there's a new level to it that is coming about. You're about to reap the rewards of something that you started a while ago, and now it's coming to fruition. So yeah, there might be just a little bit more of fine tuning what it is you've been working on before you release it into the world. So again, you guys really should connect with that energy of the metamorphosis. So whether that's through an image like a frog, a butterfly, something where it starts as one way and completely transforms into another. Another good one is like dragonfly. So something where the transformation is so drastic, like you wouldn't even recognize the two things if you hadn't been told that those two things were the same thing, if that makes sense. Yeah, so and with the Imbolc card being here, this is all about, it's a time of new growth, a good time to purify your thoughts, actions, and diet. This is a great time to seed fresh ideas, become in tune with your body's cycle, dream big, draw on your maiden aspect of the triple goddess, wake up. So obviously, this is about reminding you to pay attention to the synchronicities you see around you through animals that cross your path or people who have like similar ideas to you. If you see a good idea and it sparks something in you, run with that, I feel like. So, and even with the frog, this is talking about redecorate the home, be bold, brainstorm a solution with others. If you're drawn to teaching, now is the time. If you have an interest in alternative medicine, seek out a good practitioner from whom to learn. A career change is looming if you want it. So with all these cards, it's about your magical ability has to do with you can create whoever it is you want to become. And a big part of that has to do with what you actually put out into the world. So again, especially if you're looking for a career change, it might be something that's more creative in nature. Again, something like writing. So let's talk about the psychic journaling here, because this is going to be the biggest way that you're going to connect to what you need to. So with this, it says psychic information as well as inspirational wisdom and guidance from spirit can show up anytime or anywhere. When you're developing your spiritual abilities, it's a great practice to create your own psychic journal. It will not only chart your progress, but it will become a teaching manual in itself. You may have several journals in different places so that no matter where you are, there will always be one nearby for you to record those intuitive flashes, impressions, or your dreams. Your journal will be a valuable resource for you in the future to monitor your progress. Whenever you feel an unexpected thought or impression come to mind, make it a natural extension to add it to your journal. Draw pictures or symbols that are impressed upon you. Write down affirmations that work for you, as well as your own personal goals and aspirations. Keeping a journal can be invaluable as you'll begin to notice how you recognize and differentiate psychic or mediumistic information from your own thoughts. Don't get hung up on whether you were right or wrong. It's making the effort that's important and will have the greatest value as you discover how your psychic self receives information. So that might be the part here that you guys, when I said like, oh, you guys are right at the start of this journey, you're not quite sure how it is you receive your, your intuitive hits. You're not sure how it is you connect to the other world. This is how it is. It is, again, this might be hard for some people to understand because it's so like ether. It's so intuitive. It comes to you in a way that you really can't easily explain to people, which is why things like writing or drawing it, again, a lot of you who pick this path, you have artistic souls. Whether you believe that or not, you have some sort of artistic ability, however it may come through, whether it's through cooking or the way you use numbers or the way that you connect. Again, it can be applied to any area, but it's you just intuitively know how to do the thing. It just comes to you, and and people might like. I wouldn't be surprised if you've had this happen where people are like, "How do you know how to do that? How did you come up with that?" And you really don't have a good answer because it just kind of does. And again, is because you're more fluided. I don't think that's even a word, than maybe other people around you. Think the frog. Again, I keep harping on the frog, but frogs are natural indicators of the well-being of the world around them. So they're an indicator species. So they're very sensitive to their environment and they pick up on everything. They absorb everything in their environment. That is you guys as well. So there is an element here. I feel like things like the earth and water are very beneficial elements for you to work with. Anyway, back to what I was saying here. When you commit to creating and using your psychic journal, you are actually making a commitment to the unfoldment of your mediumship development, as well as your spirit and yourself. As you look back at your journal, you'll hopefully realize it wasn't the destination that was important, but the journey that truly mattered. And that's another reason why I keep harping on the creativity aspect here. Obviously, we have a card that says that, but like the transmutation, the metamorphosis, those keywords have a lot to do with that as well. It's not about where you're trying to go with this thing. It's about how you get there. And that's such an important skill and thing for people who are in the creative field to understand, because I think it makes the creative process, especially in today's environment and world, is what really makes the beauty and the creativity is how you create, what the journey is. It's not about the final product that's important. So even when it comes to your magical ability, it's not about putting a stamp on it and being like, oh yeah, I have this ability, look at me go. It's about how you work to develop that more. It's how you add in other things as you go along. Eclecticism might be very helpful for you guys. So again, I feel like a lot of you pick this pile. You're on one of two spectrums here, where you are just starting this journey, you're wanting to learn more, or a lot of you are like, you've been working with this for a while, and you might be have been journaling for a while. This is a nice little marker in your, like a little signpost on your marker of like, hey, stop, reevaluate, take a little peek down memory lane, look at your journals, look at where you've come, appreciate that journey, not the destination that you're currently at. Appreciate the journey you've been on, and realize that you're about to hit a new, level with this stuff. Because again, we have the harvest card here. So things are coming together. Things are about to transform again. So to wrap up this reading, we're going to pull some Making Magic cards for you guys and see what comes up, what additional. We have little luxuries, generate luxuries experiences, and generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. So there's, you can actually use this sigil to help you with that. That's the point of these cards. They give you sigils to use to achieve these little things. So little luxury, enjoying the little moments, what is coming your way. Insight opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. That's something that is always going to be beneficial for you guys in this group to do, is exercises that help to, open the third eye more. So things like meditation, psychic journaling, intuitive writing, or even just like intuitive painting or something. So it's like you got to get yourself into a meditative state. And one last one for you guys. Oh my God, what did I say? Earth. Ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength in the times of chaos. I already mentioned that. I felt like earth was a powerful element for you guys to work with, and there it is. So that is your little reading here. Again, work on the psychic journaling, because that's going to help you a lot. Find that creative element, and be prepared to go through a massive transformation, because I feel like you guys are again, if you're not already there, you're about to step into more of your authentic self. So get ready for that, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure to comment and let me know what you would like to see next. Check out all my links down below. I did a book cover, so if you're interested in, some reading material, go and check out that link down in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, for those who picked pile 2 here, we're going to see what your strongest magical abilities are, what kind of information is going to come up, what you need to know. So you guys got Silent Night. If by night the world should sleep, a sleep so deep the silence be deafening, there would sound nothing at all. At all, nothing would sound. So I feel like for you guys, where you tap into your ability is when there is silence, when there is an eerie quiet around the world. I feel like you might be picking up on unique sounds. So there might be like auditory abilities that you might have, where it's like, again, pay attention to weird sounds. You might even hear a voice from occasion or two. But the biggest thing here is I definitely feel like through your sleep, so you guys might be kind of like dream mediums, like pay attention, write down your dreams, because there's a lot of messages and maybe insights into the future and stuff, or even the past that you might get through your dreams. We also have sensuality. Your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. So very mermaid vibes here. So connecting to your inner sensuality, things that bring you the like ultimate joy, that make you feel beautiful and happy and lovey and warm, I feel like is the vibe that helps you to connect to your abilities when you dance, when you're having fun, when you're playing. We also have Spider with Deception. We have the Cauldron, that's making a second appearance already in this video, with Containment. And you guys got 2 of these. You got Power of Empathy and Divine Nudges. So let's kind of unpack some of these cards a little bit more. So with the silent night, the keywords here are meditation, peace, and stillness. So again, the way that you're going to tap into your abilities is when you're in a meditative state, or you're at peace, or you're in a sense of stillness. I feel like in your waking life, you're always on the go. You're playing, you're having fun, you're doing your thing. And I feel like there's a lot of constant um input coming into you. Sometimes you can feel overwhelmed. It might even be that again, like you get very overwhelmed sometimes, but again, you love to be in the rush of things. And the way for you to be able to make sense of all of the information that you're gathering, because again, you're picking up on information, because we have empathy, so it's like you pick up on everybody's vibe for sure. Yeah, so it's like you're taking in all the input from the world around you and from all the people around you. And sometimes it can feel very confusing about where you begin and where they end. I don't know if I said that right. You get my point. Like it's very confusing sometimes. I feel like you have moments, especially when again you stop to stand still, certain questions start to come up that make you uncomfortable, because it's like, who am I really? What am I doing? Where am I going? Am I making any progress? And it's like, this is all about reevaluating where you're moving forward. And I feel like, again, the universe is definitely going to send you little nudges to let you know, like, again, are you deceiving yourself? Are you hiding some sort of truth? Again, there's something that's being your honestly feel like, think of yourself as a cauldron where it's like everything gets put in it. Well, it has a cap, it has a maximum of like how much you can put in there before it starts overflowing. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if you're the type of person where when you start to get really overstimulated and overwhelmed, you might get a little snappy. You might get a little bit like, leave me, like, and you don't mean, and like, it can come off as like mean for sure. And it's like, you don't mean to be that way, because again, you're a very loving person. You want people to feel loved, to have fun, but there's a maximum of like how much you can take in at one given time. You have a great ability, I feel like, to understand people to almost the detriment of understanding yourself, if that makes sense. So with the spider, so this spider is here to remind you to make sure your boundaries are clearly in place. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings. Keep them to yourself. Stop self-sabotaging. You weave your own destiny. A new home or career is on the forecast, so that's really interesting. Let's also look at that cauldron. There is important information missing. Someone is hiding something from you. Don't make your move until you have all the details. Harness and nurture your natural gifts. The world is not ready for what you have to offer. Wait until the time is right. Silent, sitting there, waiting. Again, you might be trying too hard to fit into a crowd to say I have a certain ability, but it's not the time yet, or it's not time to share that ability with everybody, because not everybody's always deserving of the amount of empathy you're going to give them, because some people can definitely take advantage of that in a really unhealthy way. And especially, again, literally this sensuality card is, again, it has a mermaid on it. It has to do with how mermaids are celebrated for their sensuality, their sovereignty, their beauty, and their freedom. This is a reminder, it's safe, that you are safe to explore and celebrate your sensual self. Your sexuality is yours to celebrate, explore, share, and adore. The universe does not punish us for being who we are. Yet many of us carry conditioned guilt from religions and families who have feared punishment for the enjoyment of their own sensual selves. The universe wants you to know that your sensuality is sacred, and that allowing its power to be expressed is a part of being alive. Your sexuality is a part of your divine nature. There's no shame in desiring, being desired, and yet remaining sovereign. If you have chosen this spell, you may be aware that you have some issues around your sexuality. Many people feel guilt around sex. This is not anything new. Guilt and shame disconnect us from the great source of self-love, energy, power, and worth. This spell will assist you in expressing yourself sensually, becoming freer and less concerned about judgment. You'll be able to revel in sensual enjoyment without obligation, cost, loss of freedom, or guilt. Be free, happy in your sensual sovereign self. So I am going to show you guys what that spell is. So go ahead, take screenshots. So in some cases, again, I initially said in the beginning of this video that, again, you are somebody who enjoys to play, have fun, and you don't stop to think a little bit. It might also be the opposite, where it's like you stand still too much. You don't give in to wanting to enjoy, wanting to play. And that might be part of the self-sabotaging. So again, it's one of two things with you guys, but again, I'm feeling more so that, again, because we have empathy here, you tap in so much to all of the energy around you that you don't give yourself enough time to actually connect to your inner self and your inner knowing. So let's look at the power of empathy now. Being a good medium requires a strong sense of empathy, which comes from your ability to sense and feel the emotions of a spirit, as well as those here in the living. Being empathetic enables you to deliver heart-centered messages from spirit. Every medium is equipped with a naturally heightened sense of empathetic awareness. It can be an overwhelming feeling, and if it's left ungrounded, it can result in being overly tired, emotional, or even anxious. Grounded, empathetic mediums allow their emotional, heart-centered awareness to be just a tool for guiding the session between themselves, the sitter, and the spirit. Being an empath means you feel other people's emotions as your own. But this unique ability also enables you to be aware of another's energy or thoughts, feelings, events, and much more. An easy technique for empathetic grounding is to amplify the awareness of your auric energy so you can expand it from your body in a form to form a protective field. If you're feeling overextended, empathetically, use deep breathing techniques to slow down your vibrational energy to re-ground yourself. Other ways to practice healthy empathetic awareness is to practice meditation, yoga, and other energy healing modalities. Try to keep your overall spiritual energy grounded, as this will also assist with being empathetically healthy. Everyone is entitled to their emotions, so remind your inner empath of this. It's so important to allow some place for yourself without taking in everyone's feelings. I feel like your guys' ability is almost, it's not like actually mind reading, but you can read other people's energy so well that you can almost, it almost seems like you know what they're thinking. You can really feel out everybody's. You also do this with a place. Don't be surprised if you walk into a house or a building and you suddenly feel like so sick, or you feel like sudden anger. Like you can feel the emotional impressions in a place. So yes, I feel like you guys could be like really good at picking up on spirits, like literal like ghosts and stuff. And that might be something that terrifies the shit out of you. Like really. I feel like you are also somebody who you can definitely feel people's auras. Which means you could probably train yourself very well to be able to actually see them. But I feel like everything right now is very sensory based and emotionally based, where it's like you can feel it. So it's like if you brush into somebody's aura, you're gonna get hit with a weird feeling. And it's like this has kind of been horrible in some ways, I feel like, growing up for you, where it's like people don't understand why you might react a certain way. It doesn't make sense to them because, again, you're seeing through people's deceptions, like because you can feel the actual emotions of that person. So it's like, you know, if somebody's lying. And I feel like people have probably made you feel guilty about some of these reactions, to the point that some of you might have blocked this ability, or you're trying to block this ability because, again, there is some fear around it. I'm getting the sense of, because again, you really need to work on how to funnel the energy and, again, the grounding. So lastly, let's talk about the divine nudges. Synchronicities and so-called coincidence are clear signs that spirit is knocking at your door. These blessings and signs of grace are not just mere coincidences, but are evidence that you are and always will be connected to spirit. Spirit working through synchronicity can manifest in some unique ways. Some people refer to these occurrences as divine nudges. Examples of this include hearing the same phrase from more than one person in a day, or identical numbers repeatedly showing up in your life. Have you met an individual out of the blue who seemed to answer a question that you were just asking yourself? On a note about the numbers thing, because again, you can see this a lot within like the spirituality community where everybody's like, I keep seeing 333. Oh my God, what does it mean? So yes, you can go and you can look up what 333 and what the energetic meanings of the number 3 are related to, but the more important point to keep in mind when you keep repeatedly seeing numbers, a lot of people, again, they focus so much on the numbers that they don't pay attention to what is happening around them or what's happening inside their brain. That's the thing you need to pay attention to when it comes to like these synchronistic numbers, is not the numbers, but like what the numbers mean should come second to, okay, I've seen this number, what is happening around me, or what was I just thinking in my brain? Make a note of that, then go and look up what the meaning of the number is, because again, people just jump to the numbers and what the numbers mean, that they don't actually pay attention to what universe is trying to tell you through like making a note of the numbers. It's about what's happening around you or inside your brain. That's what you need to pay attention. That's the message, not just what the numbers mean. So anyway, when you're developing your spiritual abilities, Spirit knows how you need to develop and evolve and will continue to steer you in the direction for your highest good. You may not always follow Spirit's prompts, but you'll still be continually and gently nudged forward. By following the prompts and guidance, you'll notice how more people, situations, and synchronicities start to appear in your life. The more you begin to notice these meaningful divine nudges, the easier it is for them to multiply and give you spiritual guidance. Be open to synchronistic signs, welcome them, and act on them accordingly, for these are the signs that Spirit is there to guide and help you. Exactly. So you need to not be afraid of the emotional hits that you get all the time. Like there's a need there to work on finding the meditation, finding the peace, finding the grounding, because it's going to help you to really take control of, I feel like, these two things right here: the sensuality and the power of empathy. Working through any guilt that you're holding on to, or fear about your abilities or your body or whatever it might be, your sexuality, how you identify, working through those fears so that you stop self-sabotaging yourself in life and all of that good stuff. So we're gonna wrap this up by pulling some additional making magic cards. So these are actual sigils that you can use to help you with whatever comes up. So, oh, wow. We have safe and happy travel, protection from harm when journeying. We also have star. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serenity. Oh, okay. We have wishes come true, rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. And we have the triple spiral, listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. Don't be afraid of what life has to throw at you. I feel like if you guys are taking any trips soon, make sure to protect yourself, carry aquamarine with you, and good things are going to come to you. It just might be that emotionally you get so overwhelmed with things. So that is everything I'm seeing in this reading. Make sure to check out all my links down in the description, especially to the book that I did the book cover for if you're looking for some fun reading time, especially if you're on the go, if you're traveling. Or again, if you want a quiet night in, go ahead and pick up the book so that you have something fun to read, especially if you want something that's got some sensuality in it. But yeah, make sure to leave any suggestions for future videos that you might want to see, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, for pile 3 here, we're going to go ahead and see what your strongest magical abilities are, potentially, and what other messages might come up. So we have Brigid. So you have a literal goddess coming up here. So part of your magic ability has to do with connecting to Brigid and her essence, so to speak. So again, Brigid is very much about creativity, healing, fire. So keep those things in mind, because those might have to do, you might have a healing ability, or that might be part of what it is you need to do We also have new beginnings with let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. So I feel like in order to be at your strongest with your abilities, it's like your living space has to be very much like a sanctuary. It needs to be cleansed on the regular. It is your seat of power. It's like you do your mess magic and connect to your abilities the best when you are comfortable, when you feel safe, when you are in your space. Also, like how much blue is coming up here. So definitely wear blue, use blue. That is a very powerful color for you. We also have the crow with sovereignty. We also have the familiar with guardian. So for you guys, especially working with a familiar of some sort, maybe it's a crow, maybe it's a cat, maybe it's a frog, whatever it might be, make sure to make friends with your local crows because they might bring you little gifts. But these animals are very important to you. We also got reaching out to spirit and linking with spirit. So I feel like you guys, that might be part of why like your being inside your space is so important, because it's like that is where again, you feel the most comfortable and you're able to communicate with spirits. I get the most like traditional medium vibe from you guys, where it's like you're in your parlor and you have like your comfy cushions and all your stuff there, and it's like you get into your transcendent state and you're tapping into what the spirits had to say kind of vibe. So let's look a little bit at the Bridget card. So the keywords here are many manifestations, embracing all your parts, authenticity. So make sure, Bridget's appearance in your reading means it's okay to be more than one thing, to change your mind, or even be something to one person and a different thing to another. Who you are at work requires a very different person from who you are with your friends. Who you were in the past does not have to be who you are today. This card does not have to be who you are today. This card validates your desire to take a different path, but also invites you to embrace all parts of who you are, giving each part of your personality room to shine when appropriate. Yeah, so again, Bridget is the goddess of fire, water. She's connected to healing, craftsmanship, metalsmithing, agriculture, poetry, motherhood, children, life, and death. She's been depicted as many different ages, and even like she was such a significant goddess in to the pagan belief that Christianity could not get rid of her, so she became Saint Bridget. So again, she is transcendent. She is able to transform. She dons many hats. She can do many things, and that is something that you guys have the ability to do as well. You can be many things. You can have and do what you like without feeling guilt about it. Like you have to only be beholden to one path or one way of being. Like, no, that's not for you guys. So let's look at the Guardian card, if I can find it. There we go. So with this, it says, do not be afraid to ask for assistance. You have a strong bond with a trusted animal. Call upon your familiar. Look for signs in the animals that come into contact with you. Study the meanings of different animal medicine / energy. Help is at hand. And then we literally have the crow here, which, just to point out a fun little thing, you literally got the familiar Guardian card. This crow card comes from the Witch's Familiars deck. So the crow is a reminder here that time to reclaim your strength and power. Balance the light by embracing your shadow side. Crow highlights the path you are to take. A death or ending of the old is imminent. Release the past and move on. Exactly. Again, you got new beginnings here. So this is all about embracing the new phase that you're about to go into your life. This literally is an ability that you have. You can metamorphose, you can change multiple times, and you don't have to be beholden to one way of being. If you want to go on that healing pilgrimage, go become a healer, go become a craftsman. It's like, go and do it. You have the right to do that. It's all within you. So let's look at our reaching out to spirit and linking with spirit. So reaching out to spirit, communication is always benefits and enhances any relationship, and that includes the one with spirit. Many people believe that the only time to connect with spirit is when you want to link with those on the other side. In fact, spirit, the divine source, is there for you anytime you wish. At different times throughout the day, try to stop for a few minutes and reach out with your mind to spirit. It could be simply to reach out and connect to say a quick hello, or it could be a good time to ask for a more specific question. You might choose to ask a question about a situation that's happening in your life, a story you saw or heard on the news, or something that's happening elsewhere in the world. Equally, it could be a time that you simply seek guidance. Sometimes the response might come right away, or it might take a little while. The answer can come in many different ways, such as a sign, a symbol, part of a dream, or even a synchronistic event. Working with spirit is very much a partnership. And no matter what form of communication takes place, it's a vital part of the process. When you take the time to reach out to spirit, you're attuning yourself to a higher vibration or frequency similar to a radio signal. Every time you connect with spirit, the stronger the connection becomes. So I'm getting the sense here that you guys are very good, or you have the ability to be very good communicators, not just to the spirit realm, but also to the animal realm. I feel like you guys could be very intuitive about knowing what animals need or how they're feeling. I also feel like you have a very strong particular guardian or spirit guide around you that you can tap into and you can communicate with on a regular. And this ability, if you work on it and you strengthen it, you might actually be able to do that for other people too, where you can help them to connect with their own spirit guide. I get the sense of being a teacher, being a leader, or again, like that motherhood thing. Like you can really mother and help to give a gentle hand to other people. So then we have linking with spirit. So the first and foremost important step when you're connecting and communicating with spirit is to create a solid and clear link. Only when the link with spirit has been established can the delicate process of authentication and validation begin. To practice linking, it's important to first become aware of how you sense the spirit world. For some, it's a quickening, as though your whole body is vibrating, a sense of inner knowing, or even seeing energy. Each and every medium works in their own unique way, and no matter how you sense spirit, just trust it's the right way for you. To establish a strong link, you can breathe in the energy, which sends a clear signal that you're ready to connect in your heart and your mind, and invite the spirit to draw close and share their light and energy with you. If you're studying mediumship for the first time, then it's always best to practice with someone who's open to receiving a message. Share evidential information with the sitter to validate that the link has been established with a recognizable loved one. Examples of evidence from a spirit would be the following: what their relationship is to the sitter, hobbies, jobs, names, or any other pertinent information that you sense the spirit is sending you. Keep breathing into your core as you continue the link. This will help you to remain grounded and trust the validating the connection. Again, I was already saying that I got the very sense that you guys are the closest pile so far to like the most traditional like medium. When somebody says a medium, like this is what you guys could definitely be the best at doing. But yeah, I get the sense of always communicating with spirit, and also the animal world, like that, those two things, because spirit can work through the animals as well. They're also more connected to a different level than we are as far as like sensing around. So it's like you guys can tap into that too. So let's go ahead. It's also not just the spirit world. I also should say mention the Fae. I get the sense that you guys could potentially explore that avenue as well. Just be aware and do your research and make sure that you actually know how the Fae are. I actually did a video about 8 signs to know if the Fae are around you. So if you guys are interested in that video or you haven't already watched it, I'll try to link it. But anyway, we're going to wrap up your reading by pulling a Making Magic card, which these are actual sigils that you could use to help you with that particular subject matter. So, we got the sun. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. Oh, wow. Okay, there we go. We have Awen, 3 rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. And we have the air. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. Yes, very airy energy. But again, we also have the, Bridget's here, so water and fire might be beneficial elements to work with. But I also get the sense of you guys, especially with so much of like being able to change and don so many different hats. Like we have the balance of male and female energy. So it's like, yes, you guys, wouldn't be surprised if some of you pick this pile are maybe gender fluid. Again, you can switch and you can tap into the different energies of male and female at any given time. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Again, you can don many different hats at different times and for different purposes. Be who you are at any at all costs. Just be who you are in whatever situation you feel is like the right way to be. Again, when you're at work, you're going to be a different way. When you're with friends, you're going to be a different way. And that's perfectly fine. Don't feel guilty if somebody's like, well, no, you have to always be the same way. Like, who the fuck says that? God. All right. So remember to check out all the links down below, especially if you would like some reading material. I did a book cover, so that book is linked down in the description. If you want to go give it a read, it would definitely help me, help the author, spread the word, have some fun with that. And of course, leave comments about what kind of video content you would like to see next. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Right, for those who picked pile 4, I got some tea with me because I was thirsty. But we're going to go ahead and talk about what your potential strongest magical ability is, what other messages might be coming up for you guys. So we have wheat and grains. You reap what you sow. Good fortune is on the way. So definitely for you guys, it's all about, the rule of what you put out is what you get back. So you need to be very mindful about how you use your energy, because I feel like for you guys, this is all about what you think in your mind. It all starts in the mind for you guys. Like that is you could literally manifest anything, but your mind has to be in the right place to do it. And you can't have any doubt about it. We also have the Watchtower of the North with winter. We have the Hedgehog with disguise. She can't really see that card because it's getting blinded by my lights. Love that. We have thought power and we have study. Let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. Exactly. So this is all about how you use your mind. We also have the disguise card here. So I feel like some of you might have some abilities with like glamour kind of in a way. Again, it kind of goes back into, I feel like for you guys, it is fake it until you make it. So it's like, if you imagine yourself as insert whatever here, okay, you can become that literally. So let's talk about the Watchtower of the North. So this is talk about you are going through a dark night of the soul. Surrender and release. Persist. The rewards will be life-changing. You are metamorphosing. Rest and rejuvenate. The ancestors are connecting with you. Invoke your dark side with harm to none. So obviously, part of getting the manifestations that you want has to do with being able to accept both your light and your dark side. So if you haven't done shadow work, do your shadow work, do that studying into yourself, and you're going to get so many things that you manifest. So the keywords here are success, bounty, and good fortune. You reap what you sow. So I feel like you guys have a unique ability, especially if you have it in your mind, like, this is the thing I want. Like, you immediately send that message out, the universe listens, and then they put you in positions where it's like, wow, you are in the right place at the right time. Like synchronistic, just things like that happen. So with the Hedgehog, this is not your fight. Keep out of it. Allow a person the space they now need to, and resist the temptation to help them. They will ask when ready. Your garden needs tending, so look at natural pest control. Careful how you approach a delicate matter between family or friends. Someone is feeling very prickly. I feel like if you guys follow your intuition, you naturally can stay out of situations that would be unbeneficial to you. With that said, I also feel like during the winter time in particular, this is when you need to focus all your thought. And really, the idea of goal setting for you guys is so important, because getting a clear image of exactly how you want your following year to be is so important for you guys. Like having that in mind and really focusing on that, writing out and visualizing to the exact T, and then letting it go. And then come that following year, you're going to be reaping the rewards for, again, the power you put into that visualization. So on that note, let's talk about the thought power. So the power of thought has literally no limitation. Parents and their children, husbands and wives, and longtime partners are known to finish each other's sentences or utter identical words at the same exact time. We laugh when this happens, putting it down to coincidence, but could it be something more? How can we explain when family members just know when something's wrong with one another? Why is it that people simply think of someone they haven't seen in a long time only to run into them later that day? One can't just put this down to luck or fate. It's actually what is known as telepathy. So literally some of you might also have that ability of like being able to read each other's thoughts, which is part of why whatever situation is currently happening in your life as you're watching this reading, like if there's like a fight going on in the family and friends or something or coworkers, stay out of that, because it's like it's not your place to get involved with that. And especially if you do have the ability of telepathy, it's like you're going to be able to sense how to sort of deal with the other person, if that makes sense. The ability to send and receive messages and information through the mind without the use of one's physical senses. Typically, most mediums communicate with the spirit world using telepathy, which is a form of mental mediumship. The energy of thought is a spiritual power, and this ability is fueled by the power of love. To strengthen your telepathic ability, you can ask a friend to help you with the following exercise. Have them choose a photo, a number, a color, or an image from another room or location, then have them send you mentally what they choose. Just relax and be open and receptive. Give off exactly what you receive. It sounds simple, but the more you practice, the stronger your communication with the spirit world can become. There's actually an app that I know of that is like really beneficial for practicing exactly that. It was actually made by a guy who's done a bunch of study into this. I can't remember the name of it though. I'll have to try to put it down in the description for you guys on your chapter timestamp. So anyway, yeah, again, like they will ask when they are ready. So there's like telepathically, you need to pick up on the fact that, they need to fight their own battles. Be very delicate about the matter and use that telepathy to tiptoe around that situation. It will help you, because it's like you'll be able to pick up like, oh, I can't broach that topic because I can feel that they're not receptive to hearing anything right now. And also I feel like with this telepathy power, this also is beneficial for you when it comes to manifestation, because it's like if you can kind of read the mind of the people around you, you can pick up on what it is they want to hear or what it is they're looking for, and you can make whatever decision you want about, do I match up to what they're wanting. So yeah, let's go ahead and close out your reading by pulling a Making Magic card, which is basically a sigil that you can use to help you manifest things. So we have breaking bad habits, self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices. So yeah, if you're currently doing anything that messes with the mind, so do a lot of research, again, study with anything that is going to be detrimental to your mental health. You need to cut that out of your life. Like, look into fluoride. Do you have a lot of fluoride in your water? Do you have it in your toothpaste? Like, you might want to reconsider that. Do your own research about it. But, are you sleeping with a phone next to your head at night or other electronic devices? You might want to move those out, because the electronic smog, essentially, all that kind of stuff. Maybe you're eating bad things for your brain. What are good foods for your brain? We have fairy magic. Respectfully work with the fairies and elementals to achieve your goals. So that's another thing. You could call on the fae to help you with your manifestation goals. And lastly, we got abracadabra with rings. fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. Exactly. You'll be in the right place at the right time if you follow your mental nudges, I feel like. Again, for you guys, your magic ability has everything to do with your brain, with your power of the mind, with what you can visualize and manifest, what you think. And again, when you tap into and you really work with this ability, you can literally become telepathic. I feel like this is like the ultimate form of your brain power, is becoming telepathic. But it's going to take time and work to get to that point. So please do remember to check out all my links down below, especially to the book that I did the book cover for, because if you want something fun to read, and also talking about telepathic abilities, that book might be exactly what you need to read. Um, it definitely relates to that. So definitely check that out. It's always linked down in the description. And of course, if you have any suggestions for future readings you'd like to see, definitely do let me know that as well. But bye-bye. Picked pile 5, the very purple pile. We're going to go ahead and see what magical abilities, what your strongest one might be, what is going to come up, what other messages, all that good stuff. So you guys got 2 of these cards. You got Rewild. Let your soul's garden grow wild, setting yourself free and allow mysteries to surprise you, as well as insects. With vigilance is necessary at this time. Heed the warning. So already with those cards, I feel like, so you guys, like, to tap into your magical ability has a lot to do with nature, with the wild, with, again, you might be able to communicate with insects in some way, shape, or form, but also just the wilds in general. Like, you're like empathetic in a way that's specifically geared not towards people but to nature itself. Like, you can feel the land, you might be able to communicate with trees. Like, I'm getting a sense that your purpose is definitely to, again, that idea of rewild. So like going out and connecting with nature and working on trying to reestablish the natural order of the earth, essentially. Like going out and doing nonprofits, or cleaning up the beach, or cleaning up the park, or planting trees, like, advocating for nature, and working on bringing back native species to your natural area. I mean, again, it might not be some big giant community outreach, but I mean, that would be great if you could do that. But even just starting small within your own yard. If you don't have a yard, start with the patio, start with your kitchen sink, like whatever space you have, rewild the shit out of that. Make sure you have lots of plants in your home. Understand, learn about the nature around you, learn about the animals native to your area. This is where you will tap into your power. So let's look more at these 2 particular cards, with 29 and 21, huh? So 21, the keywords here are pests, obstacles, and vigilance. The keywords with rewild are liberation, salvation, and being untamed. This is all about, allowing yourself to be pulled in the direction that is calling to you, not being restrained, just going with the flow, going with what is right. And it's interesting because these 2 cards have a little bit of a juxtaposition, where it's like the rewild card, it does mention like weeds. People always think of weeds as like a pest or whatever, but they're weeds, especially native ones, like have health benefits. Like, case in point, dandelion is such a good detoxer, and it has a bunch of other uses that are great. And almost, if you're somebody who's trying to wean yourself off coffee, dandelion root might be a good substitute to like start getting you off that. But conversely, it's like the insect card is talking about, pests can go out of control. Like, there's maybe an obstacle or a situation that's kind of getting out of hand, and you'll know what it is, and you need to kind of take control back of that. So there's a little bit of, I'm always getting the sense of like, I feel like there's somebody maybe putting pressure on you guys that you have to be more controlled, or, like these certain things are unnecessary, and, you need to get rid of them. They're pests. But to you, they're not pests. The situation isn't that. It's like there's an obstacle here that you need to get through, and it might be a person. Let's see what else we got here. We also, We have card 5 with justice. By the power of 3 by 3, Ma'at delivered justice to me, which Ma'at is a Egyptian goddess that has to do with justice and fairness and all that. In fact, she has laws that have to do with her. So there might be a sense of you needing to put down the law, of you needing to put a set of, requirements on, or getting rid of a set of requirements. Like, again, there's a imbalance with the scales here, and there's a need here to get them back in balance. There is always and yes, there is truth to too many weeds or too much of one particular creature in nature causes an imbalance, or removing too much of one thing creates an imbalance. So it's all about finding the balance back into things. We also have the chalice, which with fulfillment. We have brownie with protection, and we have badger with persecution. Interesting with the justice here. And your card here is blending with spirit. So yes, I feel like you guys, like, your ability has to do with knowing what is wrong with the environment. I don't know. That's just what I keep going back. And particularly, a lot of you might be very connected to, like, the Fae. Because again, or the elementals, they're very much connected to the natural world, and especially with the brownie here, it's like you need to listen to what they're trying to tell you, because you can be the voice to the rest of the world of what you're hearing and what needs help. There's injustice that has gone down, and you are here, and your ability has to do with rightening the scales, and it's going to bring you a lot of personal fulfillment. So let's get a little bit more into it. Let's look at the chalice card in particular. So this is saying your search is a form of procrastination. Be open to spirit and follow your intuition. You're nearly there. Don't quit. Something that has been missing will turn up. You'll receive an unexpected visitor. Work with the element of water. Check in with your emotions. Drink more water. So obviously, we all need to drink more water. But again, trust your intuition. Trust where you are feeling called to. We got both brownie and badger. So with the brownie, this is referring to use the pentagram symbol for protection. Keep your secrets close to your chest. Work as a solitary. Guard yourself against negative energies. Add safety precautions to your home. Time to defend your honor and beliefs. Put family protection first. You are safe. Again, I just get the sense that you guys should work with plants. Like, you can speak to plants in, like, certain animal. It's not. There was a different pile here who's definitely like, oh yeah, you can definitely talk to, like, animals. But for you guys, I feel like it's more of the forgotten ones, like the insects, like the ones that are considered pests, that are considered a nuisance. And again, the plants, like, I feel like you guys could really communicate with that. Like, earth and nature as a whole, you can communicate with. So I feel like definitely, and I already mentioned it, like rewilding your home, your property, put down protective plants, like work with them, and they will work with you to help you. Then we have the badger, which is talking, be grounded in your beliefs and don't allow others to uproot you. Speak your truth, even if you're the only one doing so. Be bold and ferocious. Never surrender. Shoulder your responsibilities and don't rely on others. The truth is about to be revealed. There's a lot here about doing things on your own. I feel like for some of you, maybe it's like you've tried to rely on others to do their part and it just hasn't worked. And you need to take up the gauntlet to be that leader to get things going. So let's talk about blending with spirit. So, blending with spirit will enhance your communication, allowing for stronger evidential messages. Merging with the essence of spirit can create a powerful connection for the sitter to feel as though their loved one has come alive, even for that moment. Blending is a term used when a spirit draws really close to you, allowing you, the medium, to become one with their essence. Again, I feel like for you, even though this card is talking about like talking to a loved one, a past one, for you in particular, this is about blending with nature, like literally raw nature, elemental energies, and becoming one with those essences. By surrendering fully, you can step into their shoes and become the spirits, all the while maintaining a conscious awareness. So some of you could definitely be like, you literally embody these energies and can channel them out. And I feel like you're going to be spitting some just like you're going to be spitting fire, man, because there's a lot of spirits, and I feel like elementals and certain aspects of nature, most of nature is pissed off, and you're going to be able to channel that energy and become, I just get the sense of just this like nature warrior person. That's the vibe I get off you guys. Blending your energy fully with the spirit is an important step to deepening your link during evidential communication. After creating the link, share some evidence with your sitter to validate the connection. You'll notice how the sitter's loved one in spirit begins to draw closer as the sitter receives and validates the information you are offering. Again, put that in the context of like nature, and like how to validate what you're feeling off nature is to literally combine that with some good old like science, and like test, like if you're feeling like this water area or this tree is dying, like, and it's telling me it's dying from X reason, test the soil, test the tree, and sure enough, I think things will align that you are right. So take a moment to breathe deeply into your lower chakras as you mentally invite the spirit to envelop you in their love. Feel their energy surround and embrace you as you blend together. Take a few moments to adjust to the blending process and allow your energy to settle with yours. Now you can share your evidence, personal messages, and even their mannerisms with the sitter. In the beginning, it may take a little time to get used to this technique, but with practice, it will become totally natural. Remember to always share information from a loving and supportive place. So yes, that is the vibe I'm getting off you guys. Like I'm so interested to know if any of you who picked this particular pile, if you work in like environmental law or biology or anything that has to do with like these fields of nature. Maybe it's even like you work at a garden center or anything like that. I just feel like a strong, or is it etymology? Is that the study of bugs? I might be wrong. I can't remember exactly, but maybe you study bugs or something. But like, I don't know. There's just some interesting vibes off this particular pile. So we're going to close out the reading with pulling some Making Magic cards, which are actual sigils that you can use to help you make some magic. Oop, okay. The Festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. Successful career, a happy working environment, pay, rise, and promotion. Nice. Oh, okay, you got Trinka 5, manifesting money and income. Fascinating. We also got water. What did we say? You need to work with the element of water. Work with the element of water for healing, purification, refinement. And lastly, we have self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of worth. Like you guys have, and it's come up in multiple of these cards, like you have a strong sense of justice in your beliefs. And if you don't feel like you have right now, yes, you do. It's just a matter of unblocking whatever has made you feel that way, because it's definitely not from you. Like you have that confidence, but something else that you've experienced or somebody else has made you second guess yourself. Be confident and be strong in your beliefs about everything. So thank you all for watching. Again, remember to check out all my links down below, especially if you would like to do some summer reading or springtime reading or winter reading, whenever it is that you're watching this video, because I did do a book cover. And if you check out the book over on Amazon, it helps me, it helps the author, all that good stuff. Go leave a review, especially if you're part of a witchy tribe. You're going to like the book for sure. But thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, for those who picked pile 6 here with our very loving, cool vibes. That's already what I'm getting off this group. We're going to talk about your magical abilities, your strongest magical abilities. What magical abilities do you have? What other messages might come up? Let's see. We got the spring equinox. So, spring showers wash over you, revealing a decision awaiting its flowers. Okay. We got psychic protection. With around me now a shield of gold, protecting me strong and bold. We have romance. Romance is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. Exactly. We have ferret with observant. We have ancestors with remembrance, and you guys got nurturing thyself and wheels of light. So part of your magical abilities are, so these magical abilities that you have are definitely passed down in your family. Or they carry over from your past lives. There's an ancestral bond here. I feel like the way to really to connect with these abilities is connecting to that ancestral land, or again, the land that you connect with from your past life. There's power there, there's history there, and you connecting to that is very important. The spring season is always very important for you because it's a rebirth. You find your power in being observant to the world around you. Also, you have an ability to protect your aura. I feel like your aura strength can be something like off the charts. Like, it could be to the point that once you get it to a certain level, like people could literally feel your aura. Like it could be like, if you wanted to, you could become a literal shield and people could smack into that thing, you know? So, because we've got the wheels of light here, which obviously is going to be talking about the chakra system. Connecting with the chakra system is very important to you, and also just nurturing yourself. So, let's dive a little bit more into this. Let's look at our keywords for the spring equinox, which is card 39. Keywords here are equilibrium, convergence, and unity. So this is definitely all about, again, making sure that your life is balanced, making sure that, you know, sometimes you need to set one project aside to focus on another one, but that doesn't mean that you have to never come back to that one again. Let's look at our ferret. So it's saying, don't rush into a job change or house move. First, check all the paperwork, and when it comes to a property, have a really good look around. If you're unsure about advice you have been given, ask for a second opinion. This is all part of protecting your aura, protecting yourself, psychic protection. And for some of you, this might literally apply to specifically a romance, a relationship. Make sure to do your due diligence and make sure the person's on the up and up. And with ancestors, this is saying you have a strong ancestral lineage. Never forget who's played a big part in your life. Light a candle in remembrance of the ancestors. Someone from your past turns up. You are watched over by a deceased loved one. Resolve a past life issue. And I was already talking about past life stuff. So that might be part of your ability, is tapping into the past, tapping into your past life. So again, like past life regression, you might be able to do that. I'm also more curious about that romance card. So let's take a peek at that. So with the romance card here, it's literally telling you that it's prompting you to allow romance back into your life, to pursue a relationship. And I feel like for you guys, part of why allowing this relationship to happen has to do with clearing out past life karma to heal something that came from the past life. And I feel like through your guys' ability to tap into the past, you'll better understand what that has to do with. So let's get a little bit more into the wheels of light and the nurturing thyself. So wheels of light. As humans, we are continually seeking new sources of enlightenment, often searching within one of the sacred locations all over the world. Again, talking about pilgrimages, talking about the ancestral land, talking about like significant locations of magical significance. You know, think Stonehenge, think, you know, where else? Like sacred wells, all that kind of stuff. So there's something significant for that for you guys. By appreciate the nature of your wheels of light chakras, you'll soon realize that your body is also a temple. We all have a physical body as well as a spiritual body. Within the spiritual body, there are energy centers. Imagine them as beautiful wheels of moving spiritual light. There are 7 major chakras as well as minor ones that play an important function in your physical and spiritual life, with each corresponding to an endocrine gland in your body. During the early stages of your psychic and mediumship development, it's important to focus on these 7 major centers. Also, part of your abilities might be something like Reiki healing, literally working with these energy centers to heal people. Gain a deeper knowledge and understanding of your chakras will assist you with your spiritual development and benefit your overall well-being. These wheels of light are receptors for the universal source energy, as well as psychic and mediumistic information. By learning about the chakras, you'll discover how they influence your physical body and how each one is linked to your specific psychic ability of clairsentience, clairvoyance, or clairaudience. So there you go. So again, for different people. You might be clairsentient, others of you might be clairvoyant, some of you might be clairaudient, or some of you might even be able to tap into all three. But that specifically is calling out some areas to keep in mind for you guys. You should learn how to activate your chakras and how to balance them. A good practice is to open your chakras, is to breathe into them one at a time, working your way from the base chakra to the crown chakra. And then we go into nurturing thyself. So let me get a little sippy in here. Okay. So honoring and taking care of your physical self should be a top priority when you're developing and using your mediumship abilities. Don't forget that you're the vessel for the reception and transmission of psychic energy. Nurturing yourself is not selfish, it is a necessity. Being a medium means living a life of service and giving to others. If you're chosen this card, then it's a timely reminder to ensure you don't forget yourself in the process. In this line of work, what just came to mind is like, you guys, like, literally this is going to tell you that you need to watch out for your physical body. You need to take care of yourself. You need to eat well. You need to work out. All that good stuff. I feel like some of you, this might have already been on your mind for a while. It's like, oh, I should make that a goal. I should start running every day, or I should go to the gym, or I should take a yoga class. Like, whatever it is, and especially because it's something that's like seems very outside of your comfort zone of what you've normally done your whole life. Start doing it, because that is how you're going to meet this romantic connection from a past life. That came to me. Take with it what you will. In this line of work, it's easy to forget to pay attention to your physical body, which can result in feeling tired, drained, or even moody. Remember that we're all made up of energy, and that energy is very precious and delicate and needs to be preserved and honored. Today, schedule some time to stop doing anything psychic. That includes even talking about or reading anything related to it or watching this video. Just gonna call it out. It could be a message, or related. Whether it's just for a day or a bit longer, it's important to get in the habit of taking time for yourself. It could be a message, meditation, or a walk in nature, whatever works for you. The point is to allow your body, mind, and spirit to absorb positive and healthy energy so that when you have to return to helping others, you'll feel healthy, strong, and revitalized. Taking quality time to be with your loved ones, friends, and pets that are here to is equally important. You are a physical being and a spiritual being. Please honor both. Exactly. So we're going to go ahead and work on with that. I think it's about time to wrap up this message because, again, you just got your answer. Probably a lot of you picked this or already you know you're psychic, or you know you have this ability, you know about your chakras. It's like you've been spending way too much time focusing on it and you need to get back into your body. So we're just going to wrap up by pulling a Making Magic card. These are literal sigils that you can use to help you. So we got One Enchanted Evening, the perfect night. Ooh. Yeah, perfect night with that new romantic boo. We have Philosopher's Stone, powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. And, there we go. We have Wishes Come True, rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. There you go. All right. Hope you guys go and get outside. You go and you move your body. You go and eat a good meal. You plan a nice date for yourself and you step away from the psychic for a bit. And I will see you in the next one when your time is right for that. In fact, if you want something to read in the meantime, go and check out the book I did the book cover for in the description. But thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, for those who chose pile 7, we're going to talk about your magical abilities, what's the strongest ones, what other messages might come up, and oh boy. Okay, so the first one we got is literally sex magic, okay? I draw on my body with an invisible blade, carved with the bliss of lecherous teeth. It is in the allure that I meet blood and flesh. All right, I know some people might take offense to this card for whatever reason it might be. What I want to remind you with this card, with sex magic, if you're not somebody who partakes in sex, especially with other people, don't discount this card or this message because, again, you can connect sexually to yourself and just yourself, or this is about, again, this sexual energy and this magic comes from the sacral chakra. So this is about connecting to that sacral chakra, which is not just sex. It's not just sensuality. It's passion for sure. It's also creativity. When the sacral chakra is healthy and alive, you're creative, you're passionate, or you're sexually active. Okay. So that is just a fact of the matter of this energy. So again, apply it to your personal situation how you will and how you feel is most comfortable for you. But don't just discredit it just because it says sex. All right. It has to do with passion. It has to do with connection. It has to do with the sacral chakra. And that could be connection with just yourself, or it could be wider energy around you. But let's look at what other cards we have here. We also have energy. Literally, it has to do with energy. A light inside my fire divine. Energy fill me, make me shine. That's what this has to do with. We also have fox with cunning. For some of you, guys are quite the sexy bunch who picked this particular pile. We also have the Watchtower of the South with the summer card. So yeah. Okay, and we also have trance dance. This energy totally goes in line with the sex magic energy as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll go through these a little bit. So let's look at our keywords for the sex magic, which literally the keyword here is uninhibited. I'm just going to read this card. Among many cultures and for years, women have been forced to deny their sexuality, either through objectification or by the patriarchal system attempting to limit their sexual gratification. Women who did feel free to express their sexuality were judged and exiled, and many were labeled witches, as though that was a dirty word. Witches are often thought to be lustful women who give themselves up to the devil. This imagery is rooted in some truth, for sex magic is a real and useful tool, although it has nothing to do with evil. Also, witches are certainly liberated, be they male or female. Sex magic simply harnesses the creative energy of passion and the restorative energy of orgasm as a way to power your deepest desires. Exactly. Consider this your initiation. You are being guided to disinhibit your spirit so you may move forward in a natural and authentic way. Those who do not understand your freedom are limited by their own self-consciousness and social constraints. Likewise, those who do not support you in acting upon your desires are lashing out for fear of not fulfilling their own. Their lack of freedom attempts to box you in because they are not ready to receive such a gift for themselves. Sad as it may be, their lack of enlightenment is not a reason to keep your soul bound in solidarity. If you find yourself among those who do not support your passion, now may be a time to self-exile and seek more illuminated and open-minded relationships. Ooh yeah. Exactly. Fuck that shit. Okay? Especially, I'm just going to say, like, again, I know that everybody has different ways of approaching sex in that topic. And again, this doesn't apply to those who have no sexual drive. Although I will say, just because you have no sexual drive doesn't mean that you still can't use your sacral chakra and have that passion and that creativity. You need to channel, if you lack the sexual side of it, channel everything into that other side, okay? But especially if you're somebody who's holding back sexually because of some dogma or some patriarchal asshole, fuck that shit, okay? No. You need to claim back your body, your power, and your passion, man. Ugh. This is a topic that pisses me off, okay? I'm just gonna say. So, let's look at the Watchtower of the South. So this is talking about an old flame turns up. Ooh. Romance is rekindled. New passion is breathed into a relationship. You are seeing the fruits of your labor. Your hard work has paid off. Enjoy the rewards. You have attracted the energy of abundance. Draw down the sun. Exactly. So your magical ability has to do with energy. It has to do with passion and fire, with the sun. It's like you cannot tap into this energy and this magic if you are at all, constrained. If you're not giving into your passion, if you're not connecting to your body, you're not going to be able to tap into this at all. All right? You have to unchain yourself. So, let's look at the fox with cunning. Proceed with caution when fox appears in dreams. Examine the situation carefully. Don't rush into a relationship, especially if that ex is coming back sniffing around. Tackle life with passion. There's the word again. Malicious intent warns you to retreat. You are being deceived. Actions are sly and slippery, and someone is not to be trusted. Time for a bit of scheming to claim what's rightfully yours. Your supernatural senses are heightened. Study folk magic and herbal remedies for healing. So again, some of you, your ability is found in the folk. It's found in healing additions. And again, with the fox, don't see it as a negative. Again, it mentions in here, do a little bit scheming of your own so that you get what you want. There's no shame in that. What is your desires? Go after your desires. Why are you holding back your desires? Who's telling you can't have that? Is it just you or is it somebody else? All right, so let's look at the transcendent dance. Let's dance with spirit. Trance dance is an enchanting way to just play with the energy of spirit in a manner that is both fun and inspiring. There are no set choreographed steps, just the rhythmic movements of you and spirit in perfect harmony. Trance dance can be an uplifting practice that can reduce stress and be a refreshing change from the more formal and traditional practices of mediumship. Moving as one while immersed in the love and the support of spirit, you'll feel your overall energy rise. When you couple breathing techniques with trance dance, it's possible to achieve higher levels of consciousness. This can be a wonderful healing practice. Begin by finding some space where you can move around freely. Play inspirational music and that moves your soul and raises your energy. Set the mood for your sacred space with your choice of lighting, incense, and candles. Close your eyes and breathe into your heart space, calling in the energy of spirit to join with you. Let your body sway naturally to the music, just you and spirit. In moving together, as you relax, surrender every part of your body to the flow of the music through your dance. You will feel awakened and energized. As you dance in the light and love of spirit, dance as though no one is watching you, so you can reach the wondrous place of uninhibited, there's that key word again, freedom, inspiration, and healing, where your connections with spirit will thrive. Again, this is how you channel. This is how you manifest. This is everything. Whether it's through sex or it's through dance, it's like it has to do with your passion. It has to do with being uninhibited. If you're inhibited at all, quit that shit, okay? So yeah, let's wrap up your reading here with some making magic cards. These are actual sigils that you could use to help you manifest different things. So let's see. We got the triple spiral. We'll listen to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. We have the time to shine. Create the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. And lastly, we have wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. That's a very popular card to come out this whole reading. So again, remember to follow your passions. Follow what lights you up, and don't be afraid of, again, the sexual energy, the sexual magic, the sacral chakra, being uninhibited. This is how you're going to better manifest with this energy. That's the key for you. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. And again, especially if you're interested in anything related to sex magic and you want a fun read, definitely go check out that book I did the book cover for, because that is literally a topic in the book. So I thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Right, our eighth and final pile here. We're going to talk about your magical abilities, potentially what you have, what's the strongest, and any other messages that might come up. So we have elderberries. There it is, a knowing within bone, allow it to guide you. So obviously already we're getting a sense of like letting your intuition guide you, listening to your intuition more. We have beauty with I have a form which is divine. I allow what's within to shine. I feel like some of you have an ability to help others feel beautiful as well as yourself. And that might actually be through the application of creating your own, lotions, balms, oils that like you channel your energy into those things and they help others feel beautiful. We also have strength. With strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. We also have the newt with urgency. And we have the stag beetle with tenacity. We also have tarot cards with guidance. And we have the earth with grounding. So obviously tarot cards, some of your magic ability comes through using the tarot. And lastly, we also have the rose meditation. So a lot to do with, I feel like, the beauty thing. So let's look at our keywords for the elderberries here. Card 13. This is wisdom, crone energy, learning from experience. Elderberries also reminds you to stop seeking validation from others. If there isn't an example of what you want to do, then you'll be the first. And with time, your wisdom will guide others. If you're attempting to do something that many others are doing, trust that there is room for everyone to bring a unique perspective. You do not have to pattern yourself after other people to be successful. Definitely, I feel like that's an important message for some of you to hear. So let's also look at the earth. So obviously, another part of your magic comes from the earth. I feel like growing your own herbs and stuff that you use within your potions and your balms adds more power to it. And that really goes for everybody, but for you guys in particular. Where is this card? There we go. So earth. Connection with the element of earth is required to bring substance to your spell work. Spend time outside, barefooted, and getting your hands dirty. Take up gardening, hug or sit beneath a favorite tree, engage in a project that requires solid groundwork. Exactly. And then, of course, we got tarot cards. I think we're all familiar with that. So, tarot reveals the answers you are seeking. Don't be too proud to ask for help. The signs are all around you. Look for them. Learn and study the tarot. You have a natural talent for reading tarot and delivering messages. Trust your psychic abilities. You already know the answers. Why are you even watching this video, huh? I'm just teasing. But then we got Newt and we have the Stag Beetle, which are two cards I don't think I've ever pulled from this deck. So I'm very curious about these. So with Newt, you're being urged to learn more about the craft before you practice it. There are things that have been missed. Don't let a bad situation fester. Seek to clear the air now. Clear your debts if you can. The money is not yours to gamble with. Oof. Yikes. Well, I feel like the part there that really stands out to me is you need to learn more about the craft you want to do before you go. And especially if you're working with herbs and like different spices and stuff, you need to make sure you do your homework to know like how things interact with each other so that you can guide people more. You know, there's actual, I think, certifications and stuff that you can get to be on the up and up with this stuff. So I recommend that as well. Then you got Stag Beetle, which is talk about stop being a rebel for the sake of it. Speak your truth lovingly. Try to see both sides of any situation. Draw upon your past experiences to grow stronger. Call upon the strength of Segment. Oh, so we have another goddess mentioned here. She is a lion goddess from Egypt. She's a little badass. She's kind of scary, but she's kind of cool too. Okay, so obviously check out that goddess. There's going to be help in that for you. Also, again, speak your truth lovingly. We have a lot of this, I feel like this love and romance energy. Something about the beauty is definitely important here. Like Aphrodite energy as well, I feel like is something that'd be beneficial for you guys. So with the rose meditation, let's see what this has to do with. When you're developing your psychic and mediumistic potential, it's essential to experiment with different practices and techniques, such as the special rose meditation, which can help your spiritual abilities to grow and evolve. This will assist you in strengthening the loving bridge across both realms. Try this intuitive rose meditation with a friend. Have your friend tell you the name of someone living they know who's unknown to you, so you remain objective. Now picture a rose in the area of your third eye, whatever color you wish. And then softly concentrate on the person's name you were given. Take your time. Let the symbol of the rose evolve in your mind's eye. If the rose is opening, it can mean the person is happy, secure, and content. If it's wilting, then it's possible that the individual is going through an emotional time or suffering in ill health. If you notice a separate stem coming from the rose, this could suggest that the person is taking a different path. Every interpretation will be different. Let your own intuitive awareness interpret what the rose means to you. Now explain what you've received to your friends so that they can validate the information. You can also use this form of meditation when you're receiving a symbol, picture, or even a word, either on a psychic or mediumistic level. The Rose meditation gives you the opportunity to take a moment and hear the story. Exactly. There's also a lot of mention here in these cards about like history of experience building up upon. So it could be that for a lot of you, it's like play on the experience you've had and the wisdom that you've gathered, but also some of you are still working on building up that wisdom. This is not a overnight process. This is going to take time for you to develop, to study, to learn. So obviously a little bit of meditation, I think grounding, connecting with the earth, growing plants. I get a sense that some of you could be a little bit on the kitchen witch side of things. So it's like working with those ingredients, the things you consume. And then again, learning the guidance of the tarot is going to be helpful for you guys. So we're going to close out your reading by pulling some Making Magic cards. These are actual sigils that you can use to help you manifest what they say. Let's see what you get. All right. We got successful career, a happy working environment, pay raise, and promotions. We also have insight, opens the third eye to strengthen intuition, what we were talking about. We were talking about that Rose meditation. Definitely do that. Ooh. And we have time to shine, creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. And we have, God, this one keeps coming out. Wishes come true, rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. All right. That is everything I'm seeing for this reading. If it resonated, definitely let me know. If you have suggestions for future readings, also let me know that. And check out all the links down in the description, especially to my the book I did the book cover for, because it helps support the author and helps support me. But without further ado, especially on that topic of making potions and lotions and whatnot, you'll definitely resonate with the main character of that book then. But yeah, with that said, I will see you guys in future videos. Ooh. Bye-bye.